Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Saturday, September 21st, 2024. And today's topic is sketching. Sketching, and in this case, writing with, I'm just going to put opposite hand because I am writing with my opposite hand, but we're going to sketch with the opposite hand. It's an interesting experience. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but not that fun either. However, I found that it's a lot more fun to sketch with the opposite hand than I thought it would be, actually. But I only do it for 30 seconds. So yeah, I came up with this exercise. So if you want to just kind of watch and then do it yourself, or yeah, like do it along, like once you see what I end up doing. But basically I'm gonna set a timer for 30 seconds, and you could just do one, or I'll do like a few of them. But basically you do 30 seconds with the opposite hand, which in my case, my right hand, and then like a minute where you go back, like you look up reference and go in and fix or add details or something like that, make adjustments. And I started doing it the past couple of days and I enjoyed it, so I wanted to share this process with you. And it can be of anything, and that's what's cool about it, is that since it's your right hand, you don't put as much pressure on yourself to draw it correctly, because you know it's gonna look pretty funky. So yeah, so the first thing is I like to just start with sketching like my left hand, which I usually will sketch my right hand. So that's a good like first sketch. So with that said, I started the timer and I'm just gonna sketch real quick here. And it's good to just kind of go slowly, like the way that I was writing. Don't try to force it. And yeah, I think it's an interesting experience. And well, that's already 30 seconds. I'm gonna start another one because I was talking, but I found that 30 seconds is about as much as I can take before I start getting too anxious. But I could see how if you kept practicing, you get pretty good at it. But yeah, I think that it just kind of activates different parts of the brain, which I like, and takes the pressure off, and at the same time builds confidence. So that's 30 seconds, and I would just leave it like that. And then really you can come up with anything. Like one example is like drawing an eye, and I kind of like to just do different sizes and then sort of compose them together. And like I said, just kind of take your time with it and just get a feel for it, because it does interesting things. So that's 30 seconds. And then we'll do like four things. So the next one maybe like mountains is good, because you kind of want randomness anyway, and that's what I found this was good for, was just kind of coming up with random outlines and then sort of indicate the form of the mountains a little. But you get surprisingly good contours this way. And then the next one can be like a tree. Again, I would just not worry about like the scale or anything like that. Now, these are pretty useful for like natural stuff like trees and mountains, but I'm gonna do one more because it's also good for stuff like a castle. Just whatever, I mean, really. That's why I wanted to share this with you. So I'll do one more, and I'm just gonna put like just some kind of random medieval castle looking thing. But I feel like it helps to also bypass like the analytical side of the mind. All right, so that's 30 seconds, and so now I'll set a 1 minute timer, and I'm gonna look up reference. So for the first one, I'll just look up a hand. Give me a second here. And just pick something that looks kind of similar, but it's gonna be, this part is kind of good because not only did you come up with this drawing and use your right hand or your opposite hand, but then now you're going to look up reference, but also interpret the reference. So it doesn't have to look exactly like this. And so now you're using sort of your improvisational skill. So with that said, I'll set a 1 minute timer. So yeah, I just think this is a pretty interesting exercise, honestly. And I've done this several times. And I liked it so much, I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a video because you guys might actually like this. This is part of our artist tribe. Now, I found that it was good to do 30 seconds for the right-handed, and then, or the opposite hand, and then like 1 minute, because it's satisfying. The analytical part, like wanting to fix the drawing. So next we'll do the eye, or whatever. I mean, you can use these as examples, but really you can come up with whatever. So I'll start a 1 minute timer. And yeah, it's just pretty fun exercise, because with my opposite hand it just feels kind of fun, like no pressure, but then I get to satisfy the perfectionist the inner critic part by doing this. And it's a good warm-up exercise. So that's 1 minute. And next we've got the mountain. And again, it's like, it doesn't have to be exact. So that's also a helpful thing. I'll start 1 minute right now. It just takes a lot of the pressure off, and then you kind of get good ideas, actually. Also, it's a way to loosen up. And it's like whenever sometimes we can see like the flaws in other people's work more so than ours, since our ego isn't involved. And so you get to look at this with fresh eyes. Although it's still your drawing. All right, that's 1 minute. We got a couple more. And you'd be surprised, you can cover a whole sketchbook page. So the next one is a tree. Just gonna look for one real quick. All right, 1 minute. And on top of that, you get your daily sketching done. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Happy to have you here. Also, this kind of teaches you about like how fast 30 seconds is and how a minute can feel kind of like a long time. So that's 1 minute. Finally, we've got the castle. So I'm just gonna find one real quick here. All right, I started the 1 minute timer. Yeah, because what happens is that sometimes we stop ourselves because we think, oh, well, I don't know how to draw something. But the thing is, you do, just maybe not perfectly or accurately. But this gives you permission to get it started. And then it builds confidence because you realize you actually know a lot more than you think you do, and you're accessing parts of your brain and your mind and your imagination. And then the more you sketch, the more confidence you build. So that's 1 minute. And with that, we have a good start to a sketchbook page. So yeah, give that a go. Let me know what you thought of it, and thanks for joining me today and supporting the channel. And until next time, keep on sketching.